Schatzker with Stephanie Rule. Who would have thought that leaving a high-paying job on Wall Street and investing in, of all things, trailer parks would be a good idea? It was for former Goldman Sachs trader Dan Weissman. Demand for trailer parks has never been higher, thanks in part to the unfortunate reality that the Great Recession pushed many Americans out of the middle class, and supply is stagnant. Bloomberg Markets magazine profiled Weissman and some of the other new trailer park moguls for its story in its latest issue. Anthony Effinger is the writer, and he's with us now from Portland, Oregon. Anthony, are trailer parks really, I guess, a booming asset class? Could we talk about it in those terms?
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's as you say, the supply is constrained and demand is huge. And they're wonderful assets. You don't own the homes in most cases; you own the dirt. So you're renting dirt, which is a lot easier than renting, having an apartment building. So yeah, I mean, it's demand is hot.
No superintendents for the dirt, I suppose. Many people know that Sam Zell was a very early investor in trailer parks, and perhaps he, blazed the trail, so to speak, for others to follow. Is he the model for guys like Dan Weissman, the former Goldman Sachs trader whom you profile?
Yeah, yes and no. Zell goes after higher-end parks. He likes parks where people who are, 55 and older, aren't getting too crazy, very steady, fixed income.
So more like retirement villages?
Yeah, Zell likes those. He likes big parks. These guys, these little players, they're willing to go into what they call family parks, which are, a little more diverse in terms of economic, with the economic background of people living there, and they can be really small. And these guys, a lot of times, are going after parks with 50 to 100 to 150 pads, which is small in this world. So
where's the value proposition? It's simply a real estate play, or they're just getting more and more crowded?
Well, the play is that, so a lot of these guys looked at going into apartments, but with apartments, supply can shoot up when people go crazy and build lots of apartment buildings like they are here in Portland, for example. With mobile homes, nobody wants another park in their community. And a lot of times a mobile home is the cheapest place to live. So you got all this demand for the cheapest housing, but no supply. And the other thing they like is you're often buying from unsophisticated owners. These people have had these parks since the 70s.
So you can rip them off?
They're looking to retire. Well, your words, not mine.
But I mean, to say, well, I like buying from an unsophisticated seller, to me that translates, I can rip that dude off.
Well, I think it's also that you've got owners who have not put a lot into these parks in, say, 10, 20 years, right? And you come in, you make improvements, and the guys we interviewed did do a lot of improvements. They put in speed bumps, they redo the plumbing. The owners are often really happy that there's new money coming into these parks. And so they fix them up. They do things like metering the water, right? So everybody pays for water. Before, the park owner would do that. And they just make these places run. The guys in San Francisco, Weissman and Shlac, they run this place like you would a tech.
So it is hands-on.
Oh, yeah. They get managers, right? But they run everything from Mill Valley, California over the internet. And it's,
Anthony,
the way they talk about it.
Anthony, quick question before we run. Are people going to look back on this the way they looked back on subprime, as a way for sophisticated investors to prey upon America's poor?
I'm sure, some people will. We've gotten letters to that effect. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. On the other hand, like I say, the tenants seem pretty happy.
Isn't it a much, much smaller asset class, too, though? I mean, how many can you really compare
Sure.
the trailer park trade to